You ever make a Manhattan in Manhattan with Manhattan whiskey? What's up, interwebs? I'm Connor, and this is Sorta Somme, the show about drinking alcohol and exploring it inside and out. Today, we're talking about Great Jones Distillery. They are apparently the first distillery in Manhattan since Prohibition, and are using all New York products for their distilling. So all of their grains are coming from New York. It's being distilled in Manhattan, aged in Manhattan. It is a New York process through and through. They got this fancy Great Gatsby looking artwork with a big apple with a Ziggy Stardust lightning bolt or a Harry Potter lightning bolt. I don't know, whatever kind of lightning bolt you want it going right through it. Maybe that has some sort of significance to Manhattan that I don't know about. But it's all coming from here. We got bottle number 1244-2, batch number 1. So honestly, I saw that it was batch 1 and kind of like had to get my hands on it. 43% alcohol. It's 86 proof. Reasonably priced, perhaps. I haven't tried it yet, so around $40 for the bottle. I don't know. This is a mystery for me. They're pretty new to the scene. Like I said, this is batch number 1. 2021, they just started their rise up again and releasing. Now, this says straight bourbon whiskey, so it's got to be at least 2 years old. And I don't see... I don't see an age statement on it, so that makes me think that it's at least 4 years old. So this may not have actually been aged in Manhattan. I don't know that that's... I might have misquoted. It was aged in New York, so they may have sourced this from somewhere in New York and bottled this, which is still pretty cool. It just says bottled by the Great Jones Distillery, so it doesn't even say like fully produced by. So this may be somebody else in New York's whiskey, or could be a different whiskey, and they're using all New York grains for their project. I don't know. All I know is that this just says bottled by. They could have aged this themselves for over 4 years. Before opening their doors, but I'm gonna say it's probably most likely sourced in New York, maybe. Either way, let's give it a shot, see how it tastes. Sweet vanilla caramel. A little buttery. I don't know why, that's something I've been getting from all the New York whiskeys. We got some butter in our barrels. Very slight rye spice on the nose. Before I taste this, the bottle, the marketing that I've seen from them, I do have some sort of expectation from this, that it's going to be this smooth whiskey, sort of center of the road flavors that are going to be strong enough that they stand up in a cocktail, but not so challenging that it might confuse somebody, and it's going to be soft enough that drinking it neat wouldn't be a challenge. That's my, I feel like this is supposed to be this everyman sort of whiskey, but also this high-class everyman with a lot of money, but also not. I don't know. Just they have a very fancy sort of Instagram, and I feel like, the intention is on the rocks and cocktails, but not necessarily so far away from neat. But let's see. Oh, pine. I was just about to take a sip and I got pine. Interesting. Like very distinct, like pine sap. Yeah. A little bit of toasty bread notes. Smooth, rich, creamy vanilla. Caramel. Very delicately spicy. Very, very light sort of spiciness. But it does have that nice, like, crusty bread note underneath. That golden bread crust. It does have just a hint, a hinty hint of that like sappy note on the nose, which I don't hate. It's woodsy, it's green. I'm not opposed to it, and it doesn't show up on the palate, for me at least. So that's nice. It does meet that expectation of being a nice, soft, smooth, sort of. There is a little bit of sappiness that's lingering now. Not necessarily retronasal on the like back of the palate, it feels like. But it does meet that that expectation of a good whiskey to have in a cocktail or on ice or neat, but without necessarily catering to like the super whiskey people that are looking for really dense craziness. People who are just looking for a nice, simple whiskey to enjoy. That is where this bourbon hits for me. It looks very nice, unique bottle. You break this out, especially like now. People they're not even gonna recognize this brand. Oh, it's new, whatever, and you all drink it. You have a great time. So I think it really hits that marketing point of being a center of the road whiskey for everybody, whether you like cocktails or neat or on the rocks. But if you hate that sappy, that piney note, it might be a problem for you. I kind of like it. I don't know. It reminds me of being outside, but I'm inside, trapped in this box. But it's good. It's good whiskey. Right down the road. I don't know how far their fingers stretch, but if you can find it and you're looking for a middle of the road bourbon at a middle of the road price, hey, it looks fancy as shit. Tell people you paid $200 for it. If they find out that other people are selling it for $40, they'll think you're dumb, but go ahead, tell them whatever you want. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, see you in the next video, do all the YouTube things. Till next time.